Right, I've just been given this lovely vintage air rifle here. It's called a Setra and it says made in Spain on the side. It's .22 caliber and it's a pump up pneumatic gun. From what I can gather so far, it looks like it was made around the 1970s, and it does look very much like the Benjamin Sheridan air rifles from the USA. This one's not working because the valve is actually sticking inside the cylinder, so I've got to take that out sometime. I've made a special tool up to take the nut out behind it, but there's another thread which I've got to make another tool up for to actually pull the assembly out. I don't know the thread size at the moment, and I'm hoping that I'll find that out soon. But there doesn't seem to be much information about this rifle on the internet, so if there's anyone out there that knows much about it or the actual thread size in that cylinder, I'd be very interested to know. So a later day I hope to actually show this one being taken down and in pieces, the repair and it being put together again and seeing how it performs. And today I'd just like to show you some new tools that I've got hold of. Excellent new tools, low cost tools, and something that'll be very useful in the workshop. So the first tool is this one here. It's a 0 to 25mm or 0 to 1 inch digital micrometer. It comes in this lovely red plastic box, a nice quality box which will protect it. It has the test certificate or the inspection certificate and a set of instructions. And it is actually one of the best 0 to 25mm digital micrometers I've actually seen and used. It's nice and lightweight. It's made of a tough ABS plastic and metal. It has carbide faces on the actual spindle. It runs on a 1632 battery, which is very easy to get hold of and low cost. There's a data port on the back there, and the unique design with this actual micrometer is the actual ratchet thimble. Most 0 to 1s or even any other micrometer has the thimble here, the ratchet thimble here, and requires the use of two hands to actually hold the micrometer. This one has the ratchet thimble on the main part of the handle, therefore you can actually hold it with one hand and use that ratchet thimble to get a perfect reading every time. There's no chance of actually over tightening the micrometer, and it works perfectly. So if you're new to engineering, it's really important to actually use a ratchet on the micrometer for taking the measurement. It takes away all the element of guesswork or feel when you actually screw it down onto a diameter. Like this older micrometer here, you would use this part of the barrel here to turn and obviously feel how tight it is on a given object. When you go up here to use the ratchet thimble, it's too high up and very uncomfortable to use, so you'd have to use two hands like I said. This one takes away all that, and the actual ratchet, like I say, will go to a certain preset load every time and you won't get any false readings. You have the 0 ABS there, you have unit set so you can change it from inches to metric, and then you have the on-off switch here. It's an absolute micrometer, so when you actually turn the micrometer off to say it's open there, you can actually turn it off, yet if you move it, it's still measuring with the digital display off. So when you actually turn it back on again, it's taken into consideration that movement and it will come on with the exact measurement. And that's really good because you can actually generally zero it when you first start up or whatever each day, just to check it. And during use you can actually turn it off, or it will switch itself off after a period of inactivity. And when you actually turn it back on again, you don't have to re-zero it, and it saves a lot of time. And they do say in the instructions that if there's a period of non-use, it says 150 hours, then it needs to be reset. But with digital micrometers, I just check 0 every time I actually start it up first time in the workshop. And then if there's any thought that there could be an error, it's best to have a slip that you know the actual size of, say a 0.500 slip or an inch, and you can actually just quickly check it to see that it is correct. And another thing that I actually like about it, having said that the display turns itself off after a period of inactivity, that's inactivity of the actual thimble here. What I like is they've set that at 20 minutes. It's not 5 minutes or something low, so that every time you pick up the micrometer you need to turn it on. 20 minutes is actually a good period of time. So next I have this excellent set of telescopic bore gauges. They're made of nice quality steel, and in this final case here, marked up with letters. The letters are written on the shank as well, so it gives a range for each one. And say this one here, which is B, is 12.7 to 19 millimeter, or 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, so you know exactly what size to pick up for whatever bore you're machining. And this is a bronze oil light bush from my Myford ML7 countershaft. I know the bore is around 0.750 thou. So take this gauge here, slacken off the back and put it in that bore. So the pistons have sprung out onto the diameter of the bore. You then tighten the back of the gauge up nice and tight. You can see there it's just about picking that bronze bush up there, and then use the micrometer to measure over that telescopic gauge over the end faces. And this is where this ratchet gauge or ratchet thimble comes in handy again. And you can see there that it's about 0.751, and this is a used oil light bush, so it's a little bit oversized, and you can see there that that's dead accurate. And this is the first time I've actually got one of these telescopic bore gauges, and after using it I don't know why I haven't had one before. I normally use these tools here for checking bores, and you would have seen that in some of my videos. This is what's known as a caliper clock, and they're either very expensive or very rare to actually get hold of. The Micrometer ones, like this one here, you won't get under £60, even second hand, or very rarely will you get that. And these little ones here by MPJ, or there's another company called Verdict that made them in the past. These are very rare. I've picked up a few on eBay, and you can see there that one's for doing extremely small bores or O-ring grooves or whatever. What you do with these caliper clocks is you set the micrometer to the actual size and then zero it up like that there, and then measure the bore the same, and you can see there that that is actually spot on to using the actual telescopic gauge. And these caliper clocks do have the advantage of actually measuring very narrow grooves like O-ring grooves or thread undercuts or whatever with these narrow feet on the end here, And I've often wondered why the Chinese have actually missed out on making this style of caliper clock. They've made all the micrometers, the verniers and other measuring tools, but they seem to have missed out on this tool here. I reckon if there was a Chinese company that copied these from the very smallest to the largest caliper clocks you can get, I reckon they would sell thousands of them. So next I have a 4-piece small hole gauge set. It's been spelt wrong there, and the range is 1/8 to 1/2 inch. So this one works like you'd put it inside a bore of something small, obviously, and wind this part of the back here. This pulls a cone into the split ball and spreads the ball apart until it touches the diameter of the bore. You withdraw the tool then, and then measure over the end there with a micrometer again. And these are really excellent little bore gauges for small bores. They're brilliant for air rifles and things. And when I got this set, I tried it out, and the feel of them inside a bore is really positive. As soon as it touches the diameter, you can feel that, withdraw it, and you get a dead accurate reading of that diameter. So on that range of bore gauges, you have 3 to 5 millimeter, 5 to 7.5 millimeter, 7.5 millimeter to 10 millimeter, and 10 to 13 millimeter. Plus it gives the measurement range in inches as well. So lastly today I have this excellent HSS blank 12mm square bar made by Matchfit, and you can get this for extremely low cost to what you could actually buy it for in Britain. And you can buy this in various different sizes on the Banggood site. You can buy 6, 8 or 10 or 12mm. I've bought the 12mm because I can actually use 12mm on my Myford ML7 now, since I've gone over to the other tool holder and also altered my compound slide. And I got it because I want to make the tool with the 45-degree angle on each end, so that I can use it one way on the tool post or the other way, and it's on the same center height. And what I like about it is not only the actual low price of it, it's the actual length. It's 200mm long, and therefore I can often cut this in half and have 2 tools out of the one piece, which makes it extremely good value for money. And you can cut it through quick and easy with an angle grinder with a steel cutting disc on it. So like I say, it's extremely good value for money, and I look forward to making some nice tools with it.